seems like every movie that should just be an escape has now turned into a 2-hour HR session where they hold a mirror up to society and tell you, look, you're wrong! And that is something that the average moviegoer no longer wants to digest along with their bucket of popcorn. Hi y'all, SnarkyJay cosplay here. Since going to the movies became one of America's favorite pastimes, I think we as moviegoers, movie watchers, and movie enthusiasts, we've all looked at movies as an escape from our realities. Taking a look back at old classics like Singing in the Rain, there were movies about singing, dancing, and spectacle. Movies like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes were fun, comedic, and pretty cute, starring some of the world's most beautiful women, and movies like Casablanca were iconic, romantic films with gripping storylines and amazing performances. And one major thing that was missing then, as it was, let's say, even just 10 years ago, was the constant agenda pushing that exists in modern day movies. If you consider how absolutely massive Marvel got after the release of Iron Man in 2008, and later films like the Avengers franchises and solo movies like Thor and Captain America, all those spin-offs, the reason why Marvel did so well for like 10 years is because they were providing us fantastic escapes from reality. These were superheroes fighting aliens, deranged supervillains, and they were working with each other in very human ways, but they were beyond our abilities. They were all kinds of different things that we don't have, and because they weren't set in our reality, they didn't have to teach us any lessons. We could sit in the theater, grab a bucket of popcorn, and just go to town watching these absolute bullshit flicks of one-liners and physically impossible shenanigans. It's time to get back to the popcorn movie. Recent Marvel projects haven't quite been as fun. Of course, this is because Disney owns Marvel, Disney also owns Star Wars, and Disney is making live-action Disney animated movie remakes, where they constantly have to remind us of things like every prince to exist is creepy.
With a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Every princess is just a girl boss waiting to be freed from the enslavement that is the patriarchy.
And she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Every feeling you've ever had about anything released before 2015 was wrong, and there's always some hidden message that they're trying to just dig into your side as you're sitting in your theater seat. I see that in a lot of other movies as well, but it seems like Disney seems to be the biggest culprit that's easy to name right now, especially considering they used to be the factories of wonder and imaginative movies. It seems like every movie that should just be an escape and something to watch and fantasize about has now turned into a 2-hour HR session where they hold a mirror up to society and tell you, look, you're wrong! And that is something that the average moviegoer no longer wants to digest along with their bucket of popcorn. Some recent releases show that people still are looking for popcorn movies. Recent films like Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Top Gun: Maverick, and even the fourth Expendables movie, they all seem to be telling the market, hey, you don't have to think too hard, just come on in, sit down, I don't have any agendas or politics I need to preach to you about, I just want to entertain you. Now the problem with a few of these recent popcorn movies is that as entertaining and colorful and explosive as they are, God, the scripts just suck. I think, yes, I'm most definitely tired of being preached to. I don't want to hear about any more identity politics. I don't want to hear about people being shoehorned into roles. I don't want to hear about the fact that Disney thinks dwarves are so offensive that they made the 7 dwarves in the new Snow White remake 7 full-size people. I don't want to hear about any of this agenda pushing. I really do want to go to the movies and just be entertained. But some of these recent popcorn flicks have such terrible scripts that you can't even really call them entertaining. They're just badly written. Do I have to sacrifice good writing just to watch something where I'm not being preached to? Because that's kind of what it feels like. And I can tell you that I have seen some recent popcorn movies. I sat through the fourth Expendables movie movie last week, and it was one of those movies where I was just so intrigued by what it was that they were trying to do that I was too distracted to eat the popcorn, and I was just sitting there asking myself, holy f***, did they really just say that? I mean, I don't want to be too harsh about this, but I genuinely feel like I've heard better dialogue come out from the Transformers series in the 80s.
With his help, we shall finish off the Autobots once and for all!
What's the matter, Megatron? Afraid to do it yourself?
And while it's marketed as one of those popcorn movies that you just need to watch, turn your brain off, and enjoy, I mean, just how hard should I turn my brain off, right? I mean, I turned my brain off to watch Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and I felt okay about it. I thought it was enjoyable, and on top of that, I'm a big Transformers fan, so it was easy for me to like. But I felt like to enjoy Expendables 4, I would have had to turn my brain off so hard I just sat there drooling, thinking about fine dining and breathing.
You are the man.
There's another SpongeBob reference for you.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It just gets to feel like we live in two extremes. Either the movies have a ton of money and writing behind them because they're trying to push an agenda that they just need us to choke on, or they decide it's a popcorn flick that you just need to turn your mind off and enjoy, and they let 5th graders write the scripts, and it shows. There's gotta be some place in between. Stop throwing your money at shitty popcorn movies, go sail the Pirate Bay if you're really all that curious about it, and quit giving Disney your money when all they're doing is trying to poke fun at us and tell us that we're all bigots. We don't need Disney Marvel, we don't need Disney Star Wars, we don't need Disney. Let's just put our money into things that deserve it. And that's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, be sure to check out my Instagram, and if you'd like to support my content creation, feel free to check out my Patreon. I will link both in the description below, and let me know your thoughts about the popcorn movie in the comments below.